I've been thinking.
What's that?
All these big Fighter and the Kid, Brendan Schaub. You know, I'm learning a lot about YouTube in our first couple weeks here. And I'm learning that as much as I love doing the show I want to do and however I want to do it and this and that, there are realities that certain topics draw a shitload of traffic.
Yep, we're noticing.
And not that I mind.
No,
because I
think
love,
you love that kind
I
of
love
stuff.
YouTube drama and shit like that. But like the Brendan Schaub, Bobby Lee thing, we've put out 2 30-minute videos, and both of them have more views than yesterday's entire morning show.
That's incredible.
But so I mean, and it's the biggest part of it is it's driving subscriptions.
Yep.
Like our subscriptions this week have been higher than usual, and a lot of that is, I mean, you go through the comments section on our Brendan Schaub videos and Bobby Lee videos, and it's just people going, "Never heard of you before. I came in here to hate Brendan Schaub." Find out what a piece of shit he is. Love this show. Love the impressions. This is my shit. I'm watching this from now on. I like that.
So it sounds like we have to give the people what they want.
You have to give the people what they want. You think, what's his name? You think Philip DeFranco wants to talk about the fucking Addison Rae and the D'Amelio twins?
Probably
no.
not.
But he knows putting that name in the thing is going to get eyeballs on the product, and that's all you're trying to do in this little hustle.
Yes, sir.
You're just trying to get eyeballs on the product. I will say this. We usually have about between 90 and 100% like to dislike ratios on our videos. Those, I love this. I'm putting like probably the first half hour, 40 minutes of today's show up as its own clip.
Okay.
The Fighter and the Kid fanboys.
Yeah.
They're like, you know how Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen try to purport themselves as like man's men?
Oh, yeah. They are the man.
Oh, yeah, bro. What's goddamn fucking Royce has a great line on this. We play sports and crush puss. You know?
God. That
Like,
does sound like that.
That's the Fighter and the Kid. And like, if you've ever watched those two, like try to get, I don't want to say deep, but if you've ever tried to watch those two talk like intellectually, I guess, about like fandom and haters, bro, they sound like a couple of 17-year-olds who had their first beer. Mm-hmm. Yo, bro, we're just going to focus on the positivity. Meanwhile, they're checking IP addresses of people who write shitty things about them.
God, we don't let those things get to us.
Yeah, well, yeah, we don't let that shit get to us. Hey, threaten that guy's career. I saw an IP address that looks like his.
It seems like you don't care.
What the fuck are you doing, dude? Yo, I'm 38.
Oh, God, that was horrible.
You don't think Brendan's trailer for his comedy special was good?
It didn't sell me.
No?
Not quite.
You don't want to watch The Gringo Papi?
Maybe I'd like to watch it, but for the wrong reasons.
Hey, did you know he's married to a Mexican?
What?
He's married to a Mexican.
I've never heard.
I've heard of Mexicans.
Yes, beautiful people.
I've heard of people who have suffered perhaps brain trauma from being punched in the head a lot, but at 38. But I've never heard of a Mexican. But Brendan Schaub married one. I heard it on his special.
And he, in fact, calls her a Mexican?
She's a Mexican. You know what country that means she's probably from?
Which one?
Mexico.
I think so.
That's
right. Very
So
messy.
these Fighter and the Kid fans, like we have a 70% like ratio on the Schaub and Bobby Lee stuff. And that is very good because the people who are still Fighter and the Kid fans, which God bless you.
I agree.
They like to get in there and, like I said, for as much bro energy as they try to put out, they are passive-aggressive little bitches.
Yep.
I mean, they are really... One guy's comment today, I hurt his soul. Like, I hurt his feelings really bad shitting on Brendan Schaub. And he's like, well, how do these space cadets have 2,000 viewers and, like, you have 67 likes on this video? Keep grinding. It's like... That is neither of those things are an insult, dude.
Dude,
we've been uploading to YouTube for about 2 weeks now, and yeah, we're at 2,500 subs, and this video has 70 likes. Thanks, pal. That really actually gave me a boost of confidence today.
Yep.
I appreciate that, but it's that passive aggressive stuff that it's like, dude, be a man. Tell me we suck. Like that's okay. Like. I'm sitting here thinking, man, if Mike David's dead, I got to be the new Red Bar.
Got to pick up that torch.
Every time Red Bar puts out a YouTube video, there's like 100 people laughing their ass off and 2,000 getting mad telling him they suck. So if you just want to tell me I suck and that you didn't like the video and I love papi, I love the gringo papi, don't talk about Bappa that way. Ugh.
Ew.
I mean, if you want to be that guy, be that guy. Am I judging you for it? Of course. I can't live with myself if I don't.
Oh.
But be that guy. There are some people, the other part of that 30% are people who are, this is kind of cute actually. I appreciate this part of the 30% that we're not fans of our Brendan Schaub, Bobby Lee coverage. And that is, I can't hate people for this. They just love little Bobby so much that they're worried I'm picking on him.
Oh, no.
I'm not. That's
You
my
like
thing.
Bobby.
Right. I love Bobby Lee. But in the video, I diagnose Bobby Lee in a very realistic way. I go, look, and they think I'm insulting him. I'm like, Bobby's spineless. Bobby's a coward. He can't handle shit like this. What I'm saying is,
He's too good.
Bobby's a baby bird. Be sensitive. Be delicate with him. I'm not saying, fucking Bobby Lee's a coward and a piece of shit. I'm saying, this guy can't handle it. Anybody who's an Opie and Anthony fan from back in the day knows that Bobby Lee is, one negative comment away from just falling apart.
Somebody looks at him the wrong way. He's like, what did I do?
I know, and he
love
wants
everybody.
he wants to please everyone so bad. I just want him to tell everybody to go fuck themselves. Just turn over a new leaf. But that was some people in the Brendan Schaub, Bobby Lee videos. I felt those are the only comments that made me feel bad. Were the ones where they're like, "Why are you picking on Bobby Lee?" I'm like, I'm on his side, but I also can't lie. I can't lie and be like, yeah, Bobby's being really brave during this. I mean, he's not, but he's not a brave guy. He reminds me like Varys in Game of Thrones when he said to Ned Stark, he goes, I never claimed I was a hero. He's like, when you look at me, do you see a hero?
Oh, right.
That's what he said.
He's self-aware, though.
Self-aware. Exactly. So that was, it's been a lot of fun learning about YouTube videos and how shit spreads. And I'm like, look, if this is what I got to do to get out, I mean, our subs, they jump up, it's not like a going viral, like, oh my God, they went up by 10,000 subscribers, but a couple dozen each video jump on the steel toe train. I don't mind that at all. What You Drinking says, how can people support Brendan's special? Hey, man, I got bad news. There are people who liked Amy Schumer's last couple of specials. Look, there's no accounting. There's no accounting for taste.
That is bad news.
Some people just like dog shit. All right, I'm going to put you to it.
Okay.
You have to watch one special.
Don't do this.
The Gringo Poppy or the Leather special by Amy Schumer.
I've almost got to go with Gringo Poppy because leather is that bad.
I'll tell you why I pick the Gringo Poppy. He's married to a Mexican, by the way.
God bless.
He's married to a Mexican. I'll tell you why I'd watch the Gringo Poppy, and I'll also tell you why I have GERD now and I'm puking into my throat. It's only 25 minutes long.
Thank God.
And it's a guy who he knows deep down that he's limited and he doesn't have much to offer. I mean, you can tell the fake energy, the talking really fast. Like, he's not there yet. Like, I know that. I've been doing comedy for a long time, and I should be nowhere near sniffing distance of any kind of special. Nobody should even film my sets. It's a waste of bandwidth. But I do know this. When a guy's talking a mile a minute and he focuses on one topic for 25 minutes and he's talking, Mexican, and mispronouncing words and all that, he has no confidence in his material.
No, the fast, nervous talking is never a good sign. That's something you go see at like open micers at the red carpet.
Right. So it's been a lot of fun putting those videos out there. We'll probably put the start of today's show out there because we also have to talk about Cenk, Uygur, and Joe Rogan.
Yay.
Cenk from the Young Turks. What
did he do?
I mean, it's just, you hate to say this because it's such an internet buzzword, but he's obsessed. He's upset. I don't know why Rogan, who has as many liberal opinions as he does conservative opinions, I don't know what it is about, not even Democrats or liberals, but like the super progressive crowd. I don't know what it is that upsets them so much about him?
No, because I kind of see him as a middle-of-the-road, lovable little dude.
I'm pretty sure he's pro-choice. I know he's pro-drugs. He's pro-prostitution. He's about as liberal as you can get on any social issue possible. He should piss off conservatives to no end, but they love the guy.
It is weird.
They love Rogan, and I think a lot of people who are center-left love Rogan, but there's something about the Cenk Uygurs of the world. It has to be jealousy, right? I hate to say that, too, because that boils it down so simplistically. It has to be jealousy.
In regards to a Joe Rogan, it would be jealousy.
We're gonna play the clip in a second here.
Okay.
Cenk Uygur on the Young Turks yesterday wanted trans people to contact him that have had sex with Joe Rogan. Don't look at me like that.
Wow.
I'm just the messenger. Cenk said it. Hassan Piker from Leftovers' uncle said it.
He said it too?
No, his uncle. That's his uncle.
Yeah.
That's Hassan's uncle.
That's
Cenk
right. I
Uygur.
keep forgetting they're all connected.
I had April watch Leftovers with Ethan and Hassan Piker yesterday. We should watch some of that this morning.
That was brutal.
Ethan Klein is he is in terrible health.
Yep.
The
Can't
guy
even be on his own show for a while.
When we were watching the H3 clip about Brendan and Bobby, one of the things you cannot escape and you can't help but comment on is that Ethan Klein, his health is deteriorating rapidly in front of our eyes, and he doesn't give a shit.
Worse than that, he almost applauds his situation and feeds it, literally.
Ryan says, is he still Dude, he's burping. He's shitting. He couldn't do the first half hour of his show yesterday because he was shitting.
Came back to talk about
his shitting and what he eats. He's a multimillionaire who says, I ate an entire frozen pizza last night and put extra cheese on it. But he didn't say it like you and I would. Dude. I mean, if you want to smash my head with a rock, you can. I ate an entire fucking frozen pizza. I should be flogged to death by medieval lords for doing what I've done.
See, and I know you're embarrassed, so I would never do that.
Ethan goes, he goes to Hassan and his staff. He's like, I had a whole frozen pizza yesterday.
Oh,
and I put a bunch of cheese on it. And now I'm just shitting. He said it like he was surprised, like he ate kale. And he couldn't believe he had the shits.
And these people on the show with him even asked him, well, did you cook it first? They know how just garbage he is. He'll just eat it.
Hassan said, you're the richest guy I know who still eats frozen pizzas.
And then on top of that, he would talk about how when he makes his kids food, like chicken nuggets and mini corn dogs, how he'll just eat it. He'll eat a bunch of his kids' food.
And then I wanted to laugh at him, and April reminds me, you kind of do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll clean up the last few pieces.
I at least make good meals, though. We don't make frozen
That's
dinners
true.
for the kids.
We're not having chicken nuggies and frozen pizzas, unless we're in a pinch. So anyway, so Ryan says Gila is slowly poisoning Ethan.
It's her master plan.
Dude, she's in... I mean, look, we make fun of Gila Klein and everything else, but she's in great shape.
She's
had a couple kids. She looks great.
She's odd as all hell, but compared to him, she looks... so much better personality and physically than him.
He is doing with food what Nicolas Cage was doing with booze in Leaving Las Vegas. He doesn't give a shit. He's on a head-on collision course with his fate, and he doesn't care.
Oh, it goes farther than not caring. What the part that really got me yesterday was he almost bragged about how he's the only obese person in his family. And they were sitting there applauding him that's some kind of accomplishment, huh?
So Hassan Piker had to do their little politics show which Ethan Klein doing a politics show makes no sense. But he needs the views, and he thinks Hassan's going to, Hassan's one of the big guys on Twitch. So call him up to the big leagues, call him up to YouTube, and let's see if we can cultivate a new following. April had to listen to Hassan Piker for the first time yesterday. Is he as bad as I advertised?
Yeah. Yeah, this is absolutely unbearable.
If he's not being boring, he's being whiny about politics.
Cringy whiny.
Oh, just so terrible. He was talking about some black guy was talking about race, and Cenk, I guess, keep calling him by his uncle's name. Hassan was mad or did an analysis of it. And then the black guy said, oh, here's Hassan, one of these liberal racists. And, Hassan's like, and how dare he say that? Well, that's too exciting. and how dare he say that? Because that's not even what I like believe and don't call me like liberal or conservative. That's America. America's so stupid. They only can see two things, like liberal, like conservative,
killing me.
It's awful. I mean, you're watching Hassan Piker talk, and you're like, the audacity of you to think that you should broadcast this. And then it's kind of like the Brendan Schaub thing. Like, people are like, oh, I can't believe anyone would be excited for his special. Do people find Hassan Piker entertaining?
It's odd.
The old saying, there's no accounting for taste. Mm-hmm. That's Hassan Piker.
That's the truth.
I mean, that's Hassan Piker. Whatever. I mean, look, we've trashed Ethan before. Sure, he's cringe. But Ethan, at his best moments, can be an entertaining broadcaster.
He can. We definitely covered something very funny of his a little while back.
The Bobby Lee and Kalila stuff was genuinely interesting. He did a great job with that. And the power bottom thing was fucking hilarious.
Very, very funny.
All these people he chose as his new fans, and that got pissed off, and that became a controversy. His power bottom conversation was really, really funny. And then a gay guy called in to bitch about it. And Ethan goes, you power bottom? That's exactly how you handle that bitchy phone call.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
Very funny.
Well, anyway, we got to get to this Cenk Uygur. See, now let's see. We've talked about Ethan, Brendan, Bobby, Hassan. We're going to talk about Cenk and Joe Rogan. You got to put this clip up, right?
I think so.
I mean, this is just begging to be thrown into the algorithm.
I mean, it's impressive to me when you can find somebody that is more unlikable than Ethan Klein. Like, Ethan looks better to me in some of these clips that you end up showing me.
I've got one for you. Andy Dick. Ugh. There. Thank you.
That was
Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how that name just elicits that sound now?
I know.
Watch this, guys. Hey, Andy Dick. Ugh. Right? You can't stop. I want to try.
Andy Dick.
Ugh. See? You can't help yourself. Now, say Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
There. Let's say Andy Dick.
Andy Dick.
Ugh. See, even if you say Rogan first, you can't help it. North Metro Tree Guy says, now you sound like Corey. He says the word 1,257 times per show. Look, one thing at a time. I got Corey to stop asking if I'm ready yesterday. That was a huge W.
Yesterday's show was really great.
It was a really good show. Go back and watch it. The like stuff, we can fix that too. We fixed the are you ready stuff. We can fix the word like. It's just, honestly, stuff like that, you just have to have somebody tell you do it, and then you'll start hating yourself when you do it. I got little tics that when I do them, I start going,
too.
In my head during the show, I'll go, shut the fuck up and stop doing that. You're being an asshole. Same thing.
Or you hear yourself laugh in a really ugly manner and you're like, oh, why would I do that?
Yeah, I'm just like, if you keep talking like that, I'm divorcing you as a person. Like, the outside of me is divorcing the inside of me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much to Lip Ripper for becoming a Steel Toe Super Club guy. He's a member. That's a $5 a month membership that gets you exclusive videos. We're going to put up more of the archives for members only today. I'm going to do some editing either before or after the gym. We're going to throw some stuff up there. Thank you guys very much. Oops, the goal is too high. My bad, because Lip Ripper just became a member. 545 is the goal today for us to have a nice little break-even week. Should we go back and watch it now or watch it later, says Dinosaur Fuel.
Oh,
on you. Totally on you, my friend. You do whatever. Hey, you do whatever brings you peace.
I like that.
I'm here for your mental health. Thank you very much. Zach sends in $20 on PayPal. He says, this is for the feet pictures last night. Bro, that wasn't me. Whoever's giving you that information is taking you for a long ride, you know? Knocks us down to 525. Thank you very much, Zach. Yeah, consider chipping into that PayPal, helping us hit our goal, or become a member here on YouTube. Super chats, super stickers, they all help out. We do appreciate it. All right, let's jump into our actual stories today. Cenk Uygur, Joe Rogan. I don't know why Cenk can't just leave Joe alone. They don't really cross paths. The Young Turks, while back in 2010 may have been a very popular internet thing, has kind of settled in and become whatever it's going to be. Like, it has its audience. It has people that watch them and like them. And That's what they're going to have, and they're going to ride that out to retirement. Great career.
Well,
You should be happy with the amount of success they've had.
In defense of them, actually, though, what better person to get a little bit of rub off of than Joe Rogan?
I understand. Like I said, I'm starting to get how the game works now, but at the same time, this doesn't seem like I'm trying to get some YouTube hits or I'm trying to get some views. The problem with Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian over at the Young Turks, they can't control when this happens to them.
Oh.
They don't have impulse control. They don't have the thought process where like, we'll put stuff together for the show today that could go a little more viral than our other stuff does.
Ooh, it could get to him.
Right. They just kind of feel shit and blurt it out. And Cenk Uygur yesterday on his show didn't embarrass himself in front of the entire world at all when he asked trans people to write in and tell them how many times they've had sex with Joe Rogan.
What a weird thing to ever say.
It's very strange because he's. I can appreciate this about what Cenk's doing. He's not asking whether or not Joe Rogan has had sex with a trans person.
Right. He's assuming.
I think he might even be beyond assuming in this clip. He's already there. It is a given. I mean, Joe Rogan, he's stating it in a way where if you argue the opposite point, you might as well be Kyrie Irving saying the earth is flat. Because Joe Rogan just has sex with trans people, according to Cenk. Now, do I believe that? No, I have no evidence. I don't know. In fact, I think Cenk, who's got to be pretty careful with lawsuit stuff, as long as he's done this, he's got to know the rules. I think he flirts with a defamation suit if Rogan cared enough in this next clip.
Correct.
But this is a very odd obsession to have. Let's watch Cenk Uygur yesterday on the Young Turks. Just start talking about Joe. Right? You're a political show. Don't you have like abortion to talk about right now? Isn't that your thing?
That's always the most jarring thing to me. Like, you're going to have people call in that have slept with Joe. Regardless if it was like trans people or not, that's still a really weird thing to be going after.
Well, and here's a really awkward thing about this too, is that you're supposed to be a progressive guy. That's not supposed to matter.
Right. What?
I mean, if Joe Rogan had sex with a trans person, technically people on your side, I get it. You can't leave people's sex lives alone. You're obsessed with penises and vaginas. But, like, your side should be applauding that then. You shouldn't be using it as an insult.
Right. That's a victory for you.
You're a progressive. You're supposed to say, you know, I'm just glad Joe's not homophobic and transphobic. And, wow, what a hero. Like,
he doesn't discriminate.
Right. He doesn't discriminate. He's just such a good guy. It does kind of give you a peek into the souls of these types of people who virtue signal all the time. Is that they kind of let you know secretly how they feel about these types of people whenever they can use them as a pawn to hurt someone they don't like.
It's always a matter of convenience.
A guy like Cenk is so full of anger and hate and misery and self-loathing that if he can take one of his protected classes, throw them under the bus, treat them like shit, so that he can be angry and jealous and miserable at a Joe Rogan, oh, that's an easy decision for him. It's an impulse. It's not even a decision, really. He doesn't even take time to make the choice. It's just an impulse like that. So let's watch Cenk talk about Joe Rogan, and these are some wild theories about what Joe Rogan likes to do with his penis.
By the way, if you're the trans person or several people that slept with Joe Rogan, can you let us know?
I'm going to stop this quite a bit, guys. It's only 25 seconds long. I just want to say, first 6 seconds in, lawsuit territory.
That was an impulse of mine. And also, where did this topic come from? Why did he start on this?
Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan's very passionate about the fact, because he's an MMA guy and he's seen some things. He doesn't want trans women competing against natural-born women in sports and athletics and things. He finds it very unfair. And since he is a sports guy, it's something he's passionate about.
And so I suppose that would translate to someone like Cenk here.
That means you're a transphobe.
He's a transphobe.
Yeah.
And then that therefore should lead into Joe's sex life.
I think the problem a guy like Cenk has with a guy like Rogan is that Rogan is never malicious. He's never nefarious. He's never mean. He's never nasty. He just states his opinion. And a guy like Cenk isn't a point-counterpoint guy where, like, Rogan says something nice and respectful. He states his opinion nice and respectful back. He's more of if I disagree with someone, I have to demonize them.
Yeah.
They have to be a bad guy now because we disagree. Like, Cenk Uygur is the other side of the Sean Hannity coin.
Okay, that would make sense.
You know, he's the other side of that right-wing coin. These guys always act like they're different. You know, it's like people say, oh, the opposite of love is hate. No, the opposite of love is indifference. You know, oh, the opposite of Sean Hannity is a Cenk Uygur. No, those guys are the same dudes. They just believe in different stuff politically.
Right.
But personality-wise, when they debate someone, there has to be a level of animosity for some reason, or they can't function right.
They behave the same way.
Yes. So Cenk hears Joe disagree with him about, or do they even disagree, or does Cenk just impulsively have to hate what Joe Rogan says? That's the other thing. Because what Joe's just saying is, we need to find another way for this trans athlete stuff to work, because this way ain't good, and it's going to get people hurt, and it has gotten people hurt. So he has that opinion, and Cenk can't just say, oh, I disagree with Joe. Joe has to be a bad guy now. But the problem in this first 6 seconds is that Cenk does something that is so actionable. He says, now here, let me play the 6 seconds again, and let me legally rework it for you.
By the way, if you're the trans person or several people that slept with Joe Rogan, can you let us know?
It's insinuating a lot of things.
If Joe Rogan has had sex with a trans person, the only way we're going to know is if a trans person tells us and verifies the fact that they indeed have had sex with Joe Rogan. So if you're one of these people, it would be really curious to see what you thought about it and if that's true.
Yes.
You can't go now. See, that's how you would say that in order to avoid sounding like you just accused Joe Rogan of something you can't prove.
Well, you definitely need to preface that too with, oh, if this is in fact true.
If you're the trans person who had sex with Joe Rogan, that right there is an accusation. You'd better be able to back it up. My whole problem is that I don't think Joe Rogan will do anything about it because Cenk's just not important to him.
I think most people are below Joe.
Right. And he's not a guy who he's not a lawsuit guy.
No, I think
he's a getting sued. Well, is he even a getting sued?
I don't think he's
guy?
a getting sued kind of guy either. I think he just kind of says his things and likes to live his life. I think most people get the same Joe all around the board, and he just wants to live a good life.
But Cenk Uygur apparently little obsessed with Joe's dick.
Because it's obvious that it's personal for him. Okay, Joe, you slept with a person like that. There's nothing wrong with it. Get over it. Get over it. Get over it, Joe.
You know, usually when I'm telling someone to get over something, I'm shouting and my face is turning beet red.
Yeah, and usually that never makes people think you're projecting a little bit.
No, not at all. It's not. I love a guy like him is losing his mind on the inside because he's not Joe Rogan. And for the first 10 seconds, he does hold it back.
Yeah.
But boy,
it's boiling though.
Cenk Uygur's levees do not have the constitution to hold back his rage waters long enough.
Nope. About to wash out.
Oh man, could you imagine just being the poor guy in Cenk's system who's got his back to the levee just trying to hold it? And you're just like, I know this is futile. I know this is the day I die.
Yeah. He's Hodor.
Yeah, he's got a Hodor in there. He's going, Hodor. Then he drowns.
It's super obvious that you're super into trans people. And you're taking it out, your hatred of yourself, on them, and you're making their life dangerous.
What the hell?
Dr. Cenk Uygur, ladies and gentlemen.
This guy is absurd.
I think absurd is a great word for Cenk. Also, very red-faced, very hostile.
He does get quite cherry red.
Very angry. Yeah, he's not a sense of humor on this guy. He started with a funny concept.
Yeah.
Like a concept, you can make something funny, but there was a fork in the road. A right turn was rage about Joe Rogan's sex life. A left turn was make some Joe Rogan has sex with trans people jokes. Either way, he loses because he chose anger, and now he just looks like a horse's ass.
Well, also,
but if he goes the other way, now he's throwing his trans viewers under the bus by acting like it's so disgusting for Joe Rogan to have sex with a trans person. And make no mistake, that's exactly what he's doing.
Right. Oh, that's pretty see-through, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to watch these progressives be so progressive when they think they can hurt someone they're jealous of.
I like, too, how he says Joe is making trans people's lives dangerous when all he said was from a sports point of view. I don't want people getting hurt, so we've got to find another way.
Right. I mean, Joe Rogan
didn't even say we can't have them doing this. He just said, let's find another way.
You want to hear something shitty? Joe Rogan's had that guy on his show twice.
Right.
Cenk has been on Rogan's show.
But apparently it's been too long, and Cenk is getting lonely and missing Joe, so he thought he'd lash out.
Maybe Cenk wants to have sex with a trans person and he's a little jealous. I mean, there's better ways to handle it, Cenk. That's all I'm saying. There's better ways to handle it. You don't have to rage at the guy. You can go find a trans person to have sex with. And none of us are going to yell at you for it.
And none of us are going to have them call into our show and make sure that we know about it.
Now, wait a minute. Let's say Joe Rogan has had sex with a trans person. Not that I believe that. I don't think he has. But let's say he has, Cenk. Why are you going to yell at him for it?
Yeah, that seems counterproductive to your whole shtick.
You know, hey, tell me, say, Aaron, and this is not true. This is, we're doing an exercise here. You see, Cenk, you do this first. Tell me, hey, I heard Joe Rogan had sex with a trans person. Just tell me. It's not true, but tell me that. I'll show you how you react.
Okay, I heard maybe Joe had sex with a trans person.
Did it make him happy?
Well, I would guess it probably did.
Well, good for Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you say. Now let me do what Cenk Uygur would do. You tell me Joe had sex with a trans person.
I'm hearing Joe maybe had sex with a trans person.
I told you he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. A piece of shit would do that. He's a piece of shit.
I mean, that seems
Thank you, everyone, for entertaining my lovely Cenk Uygur impression.
It's a little judgy of you.
It's a little high and mighty.
Yeah.
And dare I say, Cenk Uygur, a little transphobic. That's right. I am leveling the charge of transphobia at one Cenk Uygur. I'm going to say something that I may take back. I reserve the right to take this take back later in life.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Hassan Piker more bearable than Cenk Uygur?
I think that's acceptable.
But I'm saying it in a way like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, so they're very close. Hassan isn't as angry as his uncle.
That was kind of where I was going to go. Yeah. Every time I see a clip from the Young Turks, I don't care if it's Anna, I don't care if it's Cenk. It's just pure rage.
It is.
Whatever the thing is. And that type of a show gets so hard to listen to because I don't want to feel that way.
I don't want to get mad.
I don't want to go listen to a show to feel enraged about something.
Right. I don't want to be upset all the time, Cenk. Why do you want to be? Okay, who's angrier? Cenk or Anna?
Oh, God. I've seen Anna spout off about some stuff, man.
Or does she spout off, or does she just tell everybody she doesn't like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you?
I hate everyone, and I'm done with you.
Here's Anna Kasparian. Anna, your candidate lost by 0.5%. Everybody who voted for him is a fucking piece of shit, and you're dumb. I don't give a fuck about you. You're fucking trash. You're a piece of fucking shit, okay? It's like they got the drunk girl at a small town bowling alley who fights everyone every Friday night.
Yep.
It's like they got her to host a politics show.
Yeah.
Anna Kasparian is like one drink and one side-eye comment away from ripping some girl's hair out.
Yeah. It's
on lane 7.
To me, that question, who's more enraged between Cenk or Anna, I think it's pick a day.
Yeah,
you
might be right. You might be right. Well, here you go. There you go, YouTube. Now you've got a Brendan, Hassan, Cenk, Joe Rogan clip for the YouTube channel. You lucky fucks.